Instead, I got to look at lights, and that was fun. I don't know if you know this because now I am a professional who does sell lighting. Grow lamps are really all the rage right now. Oh, also,
What are they?
grow lamps, like for weed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So when I was at,
You're selling those?
I don't sell. I myself don't. I feel like we need to just change my business though, and let the. I told them I was like, that's what really is happening. That's the growth in the industry is from grow plants.
because the lighting really makes a difference in the potency.
Oh, there's some, yes, and there's some that you can actually, you just grow the entire thing indoors. If you use LEDs, you get more. It's like I don't know how much percentage more of a output of that plant.
Wow.
It's like bigger and more whatever potent. I don't know.
You're gonna have to sell me some of those lights.
I don't. But I feel like we should change because LEDs right now are they're bottoming out price wise. So in order to make money in this industry, you have to be creative. So let's frickin' sell some weed and sell some pot plants.
Well,
and
no,
lights for them.
Right now we're just selling the lights, so to speak.
Yeah, like
we're
that.
We're not selling pot. We're selling just the lights.
I would never sell pot in a state that it's illegal.
That's right. That's right.
Did I clarify enough?
You
okay.
clarified that enough.
I'm so freaking tired. What did you do for here I'm gonna share everything real quick. What did you do for Mother's Day for your beautiful wife?
Mother's Day, we had the kids over. We spent a lot of time in the backyard. I cooked dinner for everybody. We went in the pool, and I found out that I really should keep a shirt on.
Did you get burnt?
No, it's just the man breasts are just getting larger.
Do you have like a half moon under the boob that's not tan?
No, but it's getting there. It's getting there. So I know I got to get back to the gym because
I gotta go to the gym at all.
my wife was taking a video of it. And I told her she better erase it and not post it because she was taking a video of me and I saw her jiggle and I said, that's really not good.
Please don't let everyone see that. I understand. I mean,
Hey, at least I'm one of those guys that say I'm going to take care of this. I'm not going to go out there and just with my B cup and.
So I can't have gluten. So traveling without having gluten is difficult. Speaking of trying to be healthy, because it's like I don't want another salad. I don't want to eat another salad. But
just eat gluten.
I can't. My freaking doctor told me not to. I'm trying to be a good girl. But it has helped me lose weight. That's what made me think of it when you're talking about your jiggly boobies. I've lost a little bit of weight. My boobies are still jiggly, but they're not.
Well, that's fine for a woman.
For a woman.
For a woman, I mean.
It's true.
Guys aren't supposed to have jiggly things. I used to be able to brush my teeth and not see any jiggle. Now it's like I'm seeing jiggle.
Oh my God. That is the saddest thing I've ever heard. But
well, you know what? That brings us into a good segue on no sad stuff. Let's get some good feel-good news in here. No jiggling boobies.
No more jiggling. Everybody watch what you eat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. I'm going to end with that one. Okay, we're going to start with this one. I didn't number them like I usually do. All right, South Australian homes suffering from frequent and expensive power outages. The government was in search of a more cost-effective and environmentally friendly backup system for the electrical grid. I know that you would prefer for me to have everything be American, but this is an American-based company who came in and fixed it. In July of 2017, Elon Musk, as you know, Tesla offered.
See, I knew that.
Good job. Offered to build the world's biggest lithium-ion battery as a backup source for South Australia because it's one of the country's most wind-powered dependent states. And like it said, it was suffering from outages for years, apparently. So Musk wagered that if the battery wasn't switched on within 100 days of signing the contract, he would gift the battery to the state for free. Okay, I need to say this, though. Ian, what's your name? Elon?
Ian.
Whatever the hell.
Rich guy.
You got lots of money. Gift it anyway. You know?
That's right.
It doesn't. You don't need to wager. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just give it. Man.
Yeah. Don't be so selfish with what God has granted you.
Right.
And also, I need a Tesla. I couldn't fit all my children in a Tesla, so there's no point.
Yeah, you need to buy like a 2-seater. Just leave those kids at home.
I need a giant Tesla.
Oh, where were you on Mother's Day, by the way?
I was at home.
You
want to talk about that?
No.
You don't want to talk about that. It's not good news. They didn't even, like, one of my oldest didn't even remember to tell me Happy Mother's Day. The other two told me, but that's it. And then it was like, hey, Mom, can you do this and this and this? Like, I had to take them shopping on Mother's Day. Nobody got me anything. It's because my ex-husbands.
Really?
Oh, yeah, my ex-husbands suck. And you know, kids suck.
Yes, they do.
And then, oh, yeah, and then I got to perform at Addison Improv. But that was the best part of my Mother's Day.
Performing with other, being
Performing
around other people
stand-ups.
besides your kids.
Running stand-up comedy. That was the best. I didn't need a thing. I got laughter. Battery creates zero. Okay, so this battery that he's created creates zero carbon emissions. It's capable of responding to outages in a matter of seconds. Within the first 4 months of being switched on, the battery already saved consumers an estimated $26 million in maintenance costs to the grid. Isn't that amazing?
That's awesome.
Making South
Puerto Rico needed that.
Australia the only region that has enjoyed a decline in the cost of frequency-controlled ancillary services in recent months. So I just wanted to say, Elon Musk is extremely wealthy, but you know he does some good.
But we're going to
sometimes.
find out that it kills the koala bears.
Whatever. It's a battery. It's fine. It's just a big battery, and I use a lot of battery-powered things, and it works. It's like this is terrible. We have like some actual ministers watching us.
OGD, Jeff Corn, OGD.
What is? Oh, that was Facebook. He's just
Yeah.
randomly shouting Facebook
Yes.
radio listeners. Okay, now this was about Mother's Day. Teams of servers at Ruby Tuesdays found out that a lonely woman was eating by herself on Mother's Day. That's gonna be me in
Maybe
the
it was
future.
you, yeah, with cats.
Shut up. Pitched in to ensure that the neglected mom would feel special instead. So Barbara Foy was feeling pretty down in the dumps when the Hallmark holiday rolled around and her son didn't even call her. Okay.
Douche.
Yes.
He's a douche.
I didn't say it, but you said it. And this all happened at a Ruby Tuesday at Surfside Beach, South Carolina. Again, I'm sorry, but at least it was in America. You know what I mean? I can only do so much, okay? The servers saw her eating. They were heartbroken. They decided to get together while she was eating and create this elegant little gift basket of goodies for her. Isn't that cute?
That is nice. That's
someone
nice.
ran out and
Yep.
got stuff.
That's cool.
And then they actually
Good
paid for
employees.
yeah, and a random customer paid for her meal.
All right.
Also sweet, exactly. She said she felt like a queen for a day, mother for a day. I've never been made to feel so special before.
That's a
which
little
is,
Mother's Day paying it forward.
yeah, which
You know?
is sad because her apparently her freaking kid is a terrible kid.
Well, maybe she was a terrible mom.
I thought about that too.
You know, maybe she was.
But
a
you know what?
terrible mom.
My kids were terrible, and I'm not a terrible mom. They're just teenagers.
You kind of slowed down when you said.
I
I'm not
did.
A terrible.
It was very hard
No,
to get it out of my mouth.
You're not,
I'm so tired.
You're not a terrible mom.
I think I'm a decent mom. They just suck. And I've given so anyway. Okay, we're gonna go back.
Go.
So today we're talking about I'm at vets. So I made sure, and I wanted to talk about this. There is the oldest American man turns 112 this week, and he is a World War II vet. He's the oldest actually living person, I think, on the planet. He's celebrating his 112th birthday this Friday,
Wow.
2 days from now.
Wow.
He was born near Austin, Texas. I'm in Texas. You happy now?
Yeah.
In 1906.
Damn.
Right?
That means he was like in his
He's-
20s when he went through the Great Depression.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
And
many
he's-
changes.
Exactly. Well, yeah. And he saw like cars come.
Yeah.
He saw TVs.
I know.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
That's all. But I mean, just think about being that old, and like just
We're all in
went.
awe.
No, but you went from like nothing to now
Yeah.
we got cell phones and
Oh, yeah.
video cams and
Oh, yeah.
you know the whole bit.
So, in World War II, Overton is his name, Richard Overton. He was a marksman in in a segregated unit. He's an African American man, while stationed in Pearl Harbor and Okinawa. So he was in
Wow.
the shit.
Yeah.
He served in the South Pacific from 1940 to 1945 with stops in Hawaii, Guam, and Iwo Jima. Man, he saw some stuff. He currently resides in East Austin. Happy birthday if you're
Yeah,
listening.
man.
He has lived there since the 1940s. And think about Austin, how much Austin just has changed.
Yeah, he's probably
the
like these
frickin- he
frickin'
probably
hip. He's
hates
probably
it.
like these freaking hipsters came and invaded my town.
Amen.
Get the man buns down, man.
So the Gerontology Research Group lists Overton as the oldest living American man. The other man on the list is Masazu Nonaka, who is publicly claimed to be a veteran of World War II, but they still haven't figured out how exact old he is because I guess Japan wasn't
Wow.
great at keeping stuff. This is the best part of it. This man smokes and drinks whiskey and Coke every day. He smokes a cigar and drinks whiskey and Coke.
You know, and that's what kept George Burns alive. That's what.
I
That's,
love George Burns.
Yeah, and that's what made him. He drank whiskey and had a cigar a day, and he said, "That's."
I guess I
that's
need to
what-
add whiskey
You
into
better
my
start.
life.
Yeah, you better start smoking cigars.
And some cigars. Okay. And he wakes up with multiple cups of coffee. And
Oh,
he
so me
said
too.
they asked him the secret to longevity, which is ridiculous to ask, but whatever. And he said, just keep living, don't die.
That's the perfect answer.
That was
Perfect
my
answer.
favorite part.
Hey, I got to give a shout out to a veteran family that just popped on Facebook, and that's Barbara Kelsey. Carolyn, I grew up with her. I've known her since she was
Aw.
16. Her husband is a vet, and she's a big veteran family. So, Barbara, thank you so much for tuning in.
And
I'm
Latanya.
glad you're watching. And Latanya, our fourth,
Davison, we love you so much. Mental Speak, Fridays. She is a 14-year Navy vet, and she's on our Facebook right now. Guys, say hi to these wonderful people.
All
Jeff
right.
Korn wanted to tell you about the NFL
Yep.
season.
Oh,
I didn't
all right.
read all this.
And he's like, I like Jiggly. That's
Oh,
that's a
oh.
little creepy there, Jeff. A little creepy. All right, listen, we're going to bring in some vets, and we're going to start honoring them, and I want your phone call. So when we bring them in, our number is 214-556-6239. That's 214-556-6239.
John.
I know, and they took them off the computers, but I saw it on the screen.
Yeah, thank
All
God.
right, so we'll be right back.
Talk about things that nobody cares.
Here's what I'm wearing, boy.
Wearing out the things that nobody wears. You call my name, but I gotta make clear.
Silk see-through mini skirt.
Can't say, baby, where I'll be in a year.
Nice pennies underneath.
Tired of the same old barbecue chase from fast food chains? Why not try Gizmo's Texas Barbecue? It's tender with a deep smoke flavor. Gizmo's has the meat you want. The ribs are bone-licking perfection. The brisket is oh so meaty, and the rest of the meaty specialties are bad to the bone. I give it 2 paws up. So next time you plan on throwing a party, let Gizmo smoke your meat. You won't regret it. 10% off your first order. Can't beat that. You can find them on Facebook at www.facebook.com/GizmosBBQ or on Twitter at Gizmos Texas BBQ, or call today at 817-372-2306. Order your smoked meat today. It's bad to the bone.
Posados Cafe, the place in the Metroplex for Mexican cuisine, conveniently located at 1601 Airport Freeway in Bedford. Posados Cafe has served its customers proudly for over 29 years, with the finest food, authentic dining, and 5-star service. Posados Cafe offers it all. Feel like steak or seafood, or just fiesta nachos and queso? Posados Cafe will serve your every need. So visit Posados for a dine-in or cater-out meal. While you're there, pick up a Posados gift card and let others enjoy the same experience. Posados Cafe in Bedford. Make it your next meal. Posados, proud sponsor of the Mad Radio Making a Difference Kid of the Month.
2 California deputies killed by an arson suspect with a high-powered rifle. 10 law enforcement officers in the state of Florida lose their life in the line of duty in less than 6 months. Help those that put their lives on the line by logging on to bluealert.us and find out how you can help those who help us each day. That's bluealert.us.
American girls and American guys will always stand up and salute. We'll always recognize when we see your glory flying. There's a lot of men dead, so we can sleep in peace at night.
Welcome back to Mad Radio with John and Megan here on Red, White, and Blue Wednesday.
that was good.
You like that, huh?
It was good.
That's good. We have American Legion Post members from Post 655 over in Haltom City. We have the commander, Don. Right?
Hello.
Don.
Yep.
I already forgot your names.
We're professionals.
Dalton.
Dalton.
Jamie.
Jamie. I
Jamie
remember that.
and Daryl. Hey, welcome guys to the show, man. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all your services.
Thank you. Our pleasure to be here.
So VFW, correct?
No, nope. This is the American
The
Legion.
American Legion.
Yes.
Let's talk about the
There- there's-
difference. Oh, you didn't
no,
push
you
the
just
button.
you shut me off.
There you go.
I'm on now.
Yeah, we were fine. So,
Yeah.
what's the difference between VFW and American Legion, guys?
So the main difference, they're both veteran
Associated.
organizations,
Mhm.
veteran. The main difference lies in the eligibility requirements.
Okay.
So the
Get close.
eligibility requirements for the
That's okay. I'm just
Okay.
trying to move it so you don't have to bend down.
the eligibility requirements are the main difference.
Okay.
To be eligible for the VFW, you actually have been in country. So what they call boots on ground. Meaning
Oh.
you have to have been in country. You had to have
So a
been
veteran of a
there.
foreign war on the ground.
On the ground, actually in country. For the American Legion, you have to have served during a conflict.
Okay.
Not necessarily boots on ground.
Okay.
But a lot of
I
your
wonder
members
if
have deployed.
Yes.
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 So
They
it's
could
not.
be members of both.
They
Basically.
could they be members of both?
You could be a member of both. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So some of your guys have deployed, but it's just the difference is you don't have to have deployment to be in the American Legion.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
And thank you guys for your service. I think we kind of
Yeah, you're getting some shout outs. Anybody want to give us give these wonderful gentlemen a shout out? Give us a call 214-556-6239, and I mean we can't thank you guys enough.
Yeah. So which wars did all of you serve in, if you don't mind me asking?
Or which military branches do we
Yes,
have
that too.
represented?
I'm a 20-year Army guy. I'm in 1971.
You're not close at all. 1971 Army, 20 years.
Right, and retired in 91. That's when Vietnam was
Vietnam.
winding down. Then Iraq was picking up, and I missed both of them. So
Well, no. Well, good. That's just good luck, right?
Hey, listen, you served, and
Yeah,
you know,
amen.
it doesn't matter if you served in a war or if you served over here in the States. I mean, it's an honor to have to do that for our
Yeah,
country.
I agree. We appreciate it. And go ahead.
I'm Army myself. I was in from 94 to 98, so I was before 9/11 and all
Okay.
that stuff. Was stationed stateside and also did a tour in Germany.
Okay. That was during the Gulf, wasn't
Yeah.
it? The first one?
No, it was after
Desert
the
Storm?
after
The
the
fir-
Gulf War.
okay.
Kosovo and
Oh,
Bosnia and all
okay.
that stuff was going
Fun.
on during that time. Yeah.
Fun time.
And the American Legion rider from the American Legion Motorcycle Club, Legion Riders, right? Correct. Don't tell me you're Army, because if
Army
you
also.
oh no, because you don't.
Why
you
you?
don't-
Oh
you-
no.
No. The only reason I'm saying is because I can. We got 3 Army guys here. I'm waiting for the Marines to start calling in.
Remember, they're still eating crayons. They don't know how
Oh,
You know,
shots are fired.
public speaking.
yeah. I'm glad we got bulletproof glass here. You know?
But do we?
So yes, and I was 10 years myself. The biggest one, of course, was during the Gulf.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
in the Gulf. Well, thank you guys all for your
Thank
service.
you,
And-
guys.
and Jamie, you were
Married.
married.
I was married to a Marine.
Ah, okay.
I serve. I'm actually part of the Women's Auxiliary.
Oh,
So,
fantastic.
yeah.
And what's your role doing the fundraisers and, bringing people into the American Legion or?
Well, we essentially support
Okay.
the Legion in all of their activities that they do. Of course, we have several of our own that we help promote through the community as well.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, you do hospital?
We do hospital visits, food drives, different dinners. We help with the youth in the community, just several different programs.
How many women or how many volunteers are there? Oh, all the volunteers women?
For the auxiliary, yes.
For the auxiliary?
It's called the Women's
Auxiliary.
Auxiliary.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I didn't know if it was volunteer or okay.
Just thought
it's
I'd
auxiliary.
mention that.
Thanks.
We have probably 10 women that are very active and are at every meeting, but we have probably another 20 that, of course, everybody has their lives,
Right.
so that assist when they can.
What are the requirements?
To be in the Women's Auxiliary, you need to be a spouse of a military member,
Or?
a daughter,
Okay.
or a granddaughter.
A granddaughter. Okay.
I could be in it.
Yeah, and that's countrywide. That's all over the United States. So,
Yeah.
if you're listening anywhere in the United States and you're a military spouse or daughter or granddaughter, they need the help. They need the people to help them support, but they can't do it alone. So,
So could you, well, your son, but could you join?
Yeah.
Your dad was in the military?
My dad was military. He was in World War II.
Was he?
Never went into combat. He was stateside as well. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad was in Vietnam.
In Vietnam.
Yeah. He was an Army air traffic, not Army, he was Navy air traffic controller.
Oh,
So he wasn't actually like, in Vietnam, but he was like apparently helping with, people not
Getting shot
flying to
down.
each other.
The flight.
I thought he like he didn't take that. I was going to ask you guys, how many people, what you learn in the military, you take it and you actually use it for your real life job or your civilian jobs? Not really? Because he didn't at all.
Some people do. I actually do.
Okay.
I still work in the same type of
Field. That's cool.
I know a lot of people that do. Some people that don't. It just depends. What
You move
what
on.
you did in the military.
Yeah.
Some jobs transfer. Some jobs don't. It depends. One of the things when I joined the military was I wanted a job that transferred.
Oh yeah, it would
come
be
out with a
same
skill
way.
set.
Yeah, exactly.
So it depends on what you want
Okay.
when you go in.
Do you guys come back? Do you guys come from military families? Are you first generation? You second generation?
I definitely come from a military family. It was almost expected.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it was
In
like
my
you're
family,
18.
you're-
You're going in.
Yeah.
Which branch?
Yeah, I actually joined while I was in high school.
Oh, wow, ROTC?
Yeah.
They had what's called a late entry program. So
Oh, yeah.
I actually signed up during my senior year
Aw.
and took the physical and all that type of
Wow.
stuff and joined. So
Wow.
yeah.
I've had several uncles that served. I've got a lot of brothers, and over half of them served also.
Oh, wow.
Matter of fact, I had two brothers went to Vietnam. They were drafted. They both came back, thank God. I volunteered and didn't go. So.
That was the key.
And I'm third generation myself.
Third generation.
Wasn't expected, just kind of happened that way.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because you brought up around that lifestyle, so it's it's not it's like being a cop. Your father's a cop, your grandfather's a cop. Guess what? You're gonna be a cop. It happens that way because that's the way you're conditioned. But anybody have any regrets
Of joining?
of joining?
No.
That's
No.
a loaded question.
Well, no, because some people do come out of the military.
Yeah, some people do, but you're talking about transferring it into a civilian job.
Yeah.
And I was probably caught, one of the few that had to decide if I wanted to do military or civilian because my job said in the military I was a medic. I got into ophthalmology.
Oh.
That
Oh, wow.
transitioned. I work for a little company right down the road called Alcon now.
Okay.
And so I had to make a choice way back when if I wanted the military career, if I wanted a civilian career.
Civilian pays more.
Yeah. Now,
But there are times when I question,
there's a lot of people that have that tough choice to make that. Should they stay in or should they make that full career if they're moving up? What kind of pushes you over that edge to make military your career? Is it your E status or how does that work?
Well, for me, it was finishing my college. Finished up 2 degrees while I was in, and back to high school also. So I got to high school and 2 degrees out of the way, and that was one of the goals that I had. And it stayed 20 years and retired.
Oh, you were there 20 years?
Yes.
Wow.
And retired. He retired out of it. So
that's awesome. 'Cause you don't see that much anymore. You don't see it. You see the 4 years and kind of out. Some maybe doing 8, but you don't see many 20 years anymore. Lifers.
is there that many positions? Well, I guess I don't know. We have
Well,
a giant
I mean,
military.
You're not getting the recruitment as much as you did back then, back in the 90s either.
That's true. That's true.
It's hard to get to a recruiter's office when you're playing GameCube on your mom's couch.
True.
But
Yeah.
there's a need for them guys too. Because now they have drone
Yeah, the
operators.
drones.
They've
Right.
grown up. There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
I need to tell my kids something. I'll be right back.
here, sign this piece of paper.
Here.
No, that's true because I hear like they're flying drones from like in state here overseas.
Yes.
The technology is amazing on what they can do from here. They can shoot missiles from here and aim them and stuff like that, just using that little
Joystick, like a joystick?
Yeah,
Just
joystick.
kidding.
Yeah. I was waiting to see where you were going to go with
If you
that.
have kids that are at that age, you can pay for school for them to
Exactly.
be a drone operator, 4 years of college, or
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, with the American Legion, what's your membership? What kind of
How does
membership
that
do you have?
He's like, I'm not answering that.
Doesn't matter. I mean,
Break it down.
Membership. How many members? Active, non-active.
In our post or what?
In your post. Well, yeah. Well, no. Let's go.
You gotta get closer though.
Yeah. Let's go.
move
Well,
it.
let's go.
On my role,
Countrywide.
I'm the membership chairman. I have over 500 on the rolls. And as far as being physically active, I may get 35 or 40
Out of 500.
out of 500. Yes, because a lot of these are senior citizens, senior veterans. A lot of them, and a lot of them also, like this gentleman here, working, raising a family.
Right.
Don't have time. But for us nationwide, we would go for 3.5 million members.
Have you seen a decline in membership over the last couple of years?
Actually, no. I think we're gaining the last couple of years because the last few years have been a push on the veterans and veterans affairs. I think it's helped out.
Does the military do that? Like when you're about to leave the service, do they offer that up? Do they say you should go to the American Legion, you should go to the VFW? Do they offer that up? Do they offer?
Not really.
Not really?
A lot of it is, we were just talking out there with some guys that's, when you're in the military, it's you have somebody that tells you when and what to do with
Right.
All the
everything.
time.
When to wake up, what to eat, when to eat, what to wear. When you get out of the military, it's kind of you get a piece of paper and they send you on your way.
Yeah.
You wake up the
kick
next
in the ass,
morning.
yeah.
They like get you
wake
ready
up-
for a wife.
Yeah,
Think about that.
Yeah. You wake up the next morning, it's kind of surreal because you got, what do I do now?
Yeah.
There's nobody telling me
I can do
to
whatever
be
I
somewhere.
want.
I can sleep. I can.
Do you go
I
crazy
can
for a
do
minute?
whatever I want. Yeah, it.
Choose your own clothes. I'm
Yeah.
And there's really not so much of that. So it's why getting the word out and trying to be active in the community is so important for us because it's getting
They
these
don't
guys
know.
to
Right.
know that we're here because one of the things that that we miss when we get out is that camaraderie.
Right, right, the brotherhood.
Right.
The brotherhood.
That time together and that having somebody that knows what you're talking about and where you're coming from
So,
when you talk.
I mean, it almost sounds like, and I don't want to relate them both, but like people getting out of prison. They're told to do everything. They're told to do everything. In it.
Walk
They're
the line, walk the line.
right. They're regimented in a certain way. They're regimented in a certain way. They get out into civilian life and they're like, holy crap. There's no transition. There's no, if they're just giving you a walking paper and say, see ya, you're going back to the States. There's no transition right there. So that's got to be really, really tough.
Do you guys have, especially when you're talking about younger people who are just getting out, if they do happen to find you, do you guys have ways to help them if they are suffering from PTSD?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the main functions of the American Legion. One of our 4 pillars is Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation.
Oh, nice.
And one of the things that the American Legion does is have service officers or people that are, the American Legion has people that are trained specifically to assist
deal with that.
to assist veterans in navigating the VA system and going through that and obtaining the benefits.
Because that's got to be a
Getting in
paperwork
there.
nightmare.
It is, and it's a long fight. It's a fight that takes years and years to get not only in the system but through it completely.
We have Tom Barry from the Blue Alert System
Yeah.
who he's a vet. He's in Florida, and he was injured during his tour, and he had to come all the way to Texas because he was getting nowhere in the Florida veteran system.
VFW?
In the Florida
Hospitals?
veteran system, he had to travel all the way to Texas in order for his paperwork to get pushed through and things to work a little better. So I guess state to state, the Veteran Affairs is different, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's not all on the same level.
It is, and it's each different hospital, each different clinic. It depends on who you talk to. Who's standing on the other side of the counter.
That's going to give you the information you need.
Exactly.
Right?
It's like any other government bureaucracy. I
Right.
think you can call the IRS and get an answer and then hang up and call back and get a totally different
Right,
answer.
right.
You know,
That's kind of sad. I mean, that kind of breaks my heart that you guys served our country. You protected you protected our country, and then when you return, you're not afforded the tools that you should have.
So my dad never really recovered from Vietnam, I have to say, and he got sick. I know you know this. He passed away about 8 years ago from cancer, and the only insurance he ever had was veterans insurance. So he lived in Missouri at the time. He went to VFW Hospital, and it was so low grade, and this is terrible, that while he had chemo there at the hospital, but then they sent him to a nursing home to basically die because they didn't have room for him at the hospital. There was nothing that they say he could do. He didn't want any more chemo. He was done with all that. And I just was so sad that is the way that we were treating our veterans. I mean, he's sitting there next to 90-year-old people. Like, he shouldn't have been there. It was the saddest
Just think
thing.
of the twofold thing that your dad had. I'm thinking about videos on when Vietnam vets came back, how we treated them with such disrespect back then. So your dad was kicked twice. I mean, for serving his country, and I hope things have I'm not a military guy, so I don't know, but I hope things are looking a little better or getting a little better.
Well, if you look at the shift, in a sense, we're almost really kind of going back that way, because after 9/11, there was a lot of Americanism. People were on board.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was flying a flag.
We were all wearing
Everybody
our
was flying a
flags.
flag.
Yeah.
And look now, we're changing back. People in the military getting out, especially now because there's been more research on PTSD. People's been deployed. They're having difficulties because that sentiment is just really going away, and kind of the tide is shifting again.
Wow.
That's sad.
So how do we fix that?
Us in this room, let's do it right now.
What can you do to move forward till you fix this, so we don't have we don't have a generation after generation after generation of degrading health care and everything else for the vets?
It's a support thing. I mean, you have...
Nobody can hear you over there. I'm so sorry.
It's just about the support, which is, what we give at our
Right.
posts, helping each other out, because a lot of the ones coming back, they don't know. And it's just with the spouses and, the daughters, like with us women, we need that support too, and that guidance to help them. So, we are able to, and have had quite a bit of contact with the VA. So we have a little bit more insight on what we're looking for when we're trying to help someone versus someone that just doesn't know. So I think the more that we support each other, and, enough people get together and really say, okay, we're going to make this difference.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that will change it.
We just have a level of disrespect that's flowing through the country right now with
Any form of the government, any form of government.
with military, but also with our police.
Right,
When we've had that discussion multiple times.
Yeah,
we
it's
just
just
need to get
they-
back to basics. Respect the people who are keeping us safe.
Correct, because you put your head on a pillow at night and not realize that there are men and women overseas that are making you safe.
Yeah, exactly.
That they're in a foxhole. Well, I don't want to. That's probably old, but they're in a hole.
You're dating yourself.
Yeah, I'm dating myself. But they're in a trench. They're in a Conex box. They're in 140-degree weather. They're eating out of cans just to make sure that terrorist attacks and we are safe here, and it makes you sleep calmly.
Oh yeah, I think if anyone's actually ever traveled outside of the United States to countries like even Mexico, like to other countries where you see what we're afforded here,
right?
Because we have someone keeping us safe.
Right.
I mean, if you've ever gone to the Middle East or anything like that, like it's just it's not a place that you would go, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to move to Iran. Like, no one's saying that. They're all moving
I'm
here.
summer in Afghanistan.
I think it'd be really nice. Anyway, I mean, we're lucky.
Yeah. And that's why if you're a veteran out there and you haven't been afforded this opportunity to join the American Legion, you have to look it up. If in your town, in your community, it doesn't have to be post 655. It could be anyone. But 655 is in Haltom City, right?
Correct.
That's near you.
Yeah, and like you would take people from all over anywhere, right? It doesn't. It doesn't have to be in your community. It doesn't have to be in your town. So you could take people from Fort Worth, Dallas, anywhere, right?
Anywhere. Of course, we
Anywhere.
would give them the option to let them know of any place that might be closer to them that would
right.
be more convenient.
Right.
And along that lines, a lot of the people, as you said, there's nothing when they get out of the military to say, hey, this is available to you. And so before we started speaking today, if I were to say to you American Legion or VFW, what would come to your mind? What would you think of?
Older men.
Older men. Exactly. What else?
She's thinking about older men on a different level.
No, I'm not. Lord.
So you think old men sitting around telling war stories at a bar
that's
smoking, right?
exactly actually
And
what I thought.
We have transitioned. We are so far beyond that right now.
Well, another thing you was talking about is women are now, because there's so many more women in the military. When they come out, they're afforded the same opportunity to join one of these posts. And I don't think they're told either. They probably feel it's an old boys club, but it's not, right?
It is not, and so that's some of the things. Yes, we do have a bar in our facility, but it's not our primary focus. We are a non-smoking facility,
right?
Because a lot of the younger generation getting out now, they're
smoke.
really into fitness and health.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're trying to dispose of the old idea. And then let them know of the other programs that we do. We are involved in the communities. We are involved with youth. It's not just sitting around BSing.
Right. But that BSing does bring up a lot of good things to help people because you're learning
It's
from
a coping.
You're learning from older veterans. You're learning how to get through certain things because things that you didn't know about or feelings that you didn't know about. Someone is going to share those same things. They're going to be like, oh, you know what? I felt that same problem, or I had that same problem. Here's how you fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're around the same people.
Different activities also. We do flag retirements.
I was honored to be part of that flag retirement that day. I came to your post.
In June, we do that. We have breakfast every Saturday morning. $7, all you can eat. Can't lose on that.
Right. Now, the American Legion Post is self-supporting, correct?
Correct. Yes. Our membership dues pay for our program.
facility.
Is the building
facilities.
the building is yours? You own it, or is it rented?
It
or leased?
differs from different posts.
Oh, okay.
And for our post, the building does we own it. But some posts lease a place.
Mm-hmm.
Some posts, rent a place that they meet at. Some posts meet at restaurants. I mean, it just depends.
So there's
on the
monthly
size of the
bills.
post. Yeah,
There's bills that come at the end of the month that have to be paid.
sure. And we have fundraisers that help keep the doors open and the lights on. All different kinds of things. We try to keep it a variety for family and community, something that everybody would be interested in. We have things like Daryl was mentioning about our breakfast we do every Saturday morning. We have dinners. We have
Comedy shows.
that we have coming up. We do actually live professional wrestling. We do
Right. Yes.
the second Friday of every month at our post. We have we have a 20-piece jazz band that comes in and plays once a month.
Nice.
So even,
we
you don't
have a lot
have
of
to be
different
you don't have to be a part of the American Legion to go enjoy one of these events.
No, absolutely not. It is everything is open to the
Open
public.
to the public. Nice. So, as an American Legion that's been around for almost 100 years.
Yeah, almost. Next year will be our centennial.
That is amazing.
The American Legion was started in 1919.
Man. So I'm just wondering the changes that have happened from the different wars and the different, like we said, the society reaction to the military.
Oh, there's been a lot of different things. The American Legion has done so many different things. There's a lot of different benefits that veterans enjoy today, even still, that were started by the American Legion. The American Legion in 1943 wrote the first GI Bill.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Went to Washington, D.C. and had it passed through Congress. Actually, the guy that went there was a past national commander by the name of Harry Colmery, who went there and stayed in a hotel the night before and actually wrote the GI Bill on hotel stationery.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And got it passed through Congress. And became the first GI Bill of Rights. It was one of the American Legion's flagship accomplishments.
So you guys steamrolled a lot of good programs.
Yes,
for
yes,
military
yes. A lot of
personnel.
different things. The American Legion actually started a hospital and turned over the keys to the federal government. It became the first VA hospital. We've been trying to get the keys back ever since. They did start that. So there's a lot of different things that the American Legion has done. For veterans, for benefits. It's involved in a lot of different things. I mentioned our 4 pillars: Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation, National Security, Americanism, and Children and Youth. We have programs, things like Boys State and Girls State. We actually are. Last night, I actually went to the orientation for Boys State, Texas Boys State. We're getting ready next month to send high school juniors down to Austin for Boys State, which is an American Legion program, has been going on since 1935.
Is that a scholarship
What is
program?
It's a basically like a summer camp.
Oh,
It goes
cool.
for a week. It teaches young men about government and the establishment of government. They go down and for a week they learn about government programs. They set up everything from city government all the way up to state governor.
Just what every kid wants to do: go to camp and learn.
You'd be
I'm about
surprised.
to
It's a
send my
lot
kid.
of fun. It's a lot of fun, and the alumni list is very, very prestigious.
Oh, very cool. So they're in
Presidents, senators, congressmen
Nice,
have
yeah.
all been Boy
Boys State.
Staters.
And then
Awesome.
you get into athletes: Michael Jordan, Bruce Springsteen, all.
Michael Jordan,
Wow.
Bruce Springsteen, in case the radio listeners couldn't hear him. But
Right.
we
More
need
rich
more.
people like to donate money.
Yeah, we need more mics in here. But so if they're going to Austin, are they going to be able to? Because I know Texas, it's like we have government going every 2 years. Are they going to be able to see anything in action?
Yes, a lot of
Okay.
times they have incumbents come in and join the programs. They are in the Texas State Building, and they go
Yeah.
there where they have a lot of their meetings and have functions.
Oh, cool. I'm
Wow,
sending
very
my
good.
kid.
They
Yeah.
actually march on. They actually march on the Capitol, and they actually take over the state capitol.
Oh,
On
wow.
the last day of Boy State, and occupy the Capitol. The boy that's elected governor gets up there and
Oh, wow.
rings the gavel, and they have
Very
a session,
cool.
and they actually vote on bills.
And the girl state is at the same time?
Girl State is the same thing. It's at a different time,
Ah.
but it's the same setup.
Okay.
And then each state elects two delegates to go to Boys Nation, and they do the same thing in D.C. on a federal level.
Wow.
And
That
you know,
opens up
they
their
go-
eyes, man.
they
That
go
gives them
through,
a
Oh, yeah.
true form of
um,
government.
and learn that, and it's a very big, it's a very prestigious thing. College applications.
Oh, I'm sure.
It especially if people are going to military academies. Boy State will rank actually higher than even like Eagle Scout.
Oh, wow. I
It's a
didn't realize
very,
that.
Very, very prestigious.
That's cool.
Program, and anybody that's interested in that, it is for boys and girls going from their junior year to their senior year.
That's my kid right
during
now.
the summer.
Oh.
So,
He's not going to go.
He ain't gonna go. you gotta get him. Really, you gotta get your kid off the couch.
He's going to go work as a construction, in construction with his
gonna-
dad. That's what he does
yeah.
every year.
No, he's gonna test pillows.
No, that's what he does every year.
Well, before we do run out of time, I do want to get into the Legion riders, because
Are these motorcycle riders?
Yes.
Okay.
Because being
Have fun.
being a rider myself, being part of the Blue Knights, I've rode with the Legions a couple of times.
It's like Sons of Anarchy when you talk Blue Knights.
Well, we're not 1%ers, man, but you know.
I would
tell-
hope not.
With the American Legion riders, you guys do a lot of honor escorts, and you do a lot of stuff for the vets returning back, correct?
Correct. Started back in '93, and at first it just started out with
A few guys.
Legion members
Mhm.
riding around having fun, and since then it's transformed. Started a legacy scholarship program, and it really affects from 9/11 on families. So kids of either deceased military members or military members who have been rated at least 50% disability, they provide scholarships on a financial need basis after scholarships, financial aid, all that stuff is done. Last year alone, we have an annual legacy run that raised $1.2 million. Since the program started, since inception, we've distributed around $1.2 million in scholarship financial aid.
Wow.
I saw not too long ago you guys did a run. It was on the news from the DFW. You had a couple of Medal of Honor recipients, and you brought them down to Austin or something?
Right. That was kind of spearheaded through the Patriot Guard Riders, which was a spinoff from the Legion.
Okay.
So it started in the Legion and kind of spun off from there into its own organization. But we participate in events like that, local charity runs. Our post specifically, we have a Santa Claus at our post.
Oh, you do like Toys for Tots?
We do toy runs, several toy runs at the end of the year. Participate.
Those are a little cold, man.
Oh,
I used to
yes,
do those back in New York, man. Those December Toy for Tot runs were
Now in Texas.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
in Texas,
it is.
you ride a bike in 30-degree weather. It's still cold. 40-degree weather. It's still.
It's like you've been too far gone from New York.
Do you
They
keep your
would
windows
make
in your
fun of
car
you.
open in December?
I might, maybe.
Well-
Maybe I will. It's not that bad. New Yorker.
Missourian.
And then we also do things to support the post. We cook dinners as well. We are Legionnaires or Legion family members. Again, members of the SAL, members of the Ladies Auxiliary. So first and foremost, we are Legionnaires, and we just help support the post in different ways.
So it's the fundraisers you run benefit the Legion as well as the motorcycle club, or is it separate?
We kind of do both.
Okay.
We do both. We have our own little separate funds where we have some organizations that we help out.
Right.
Veterans, youth organizations, where we can earmark the funds where we want them to go, but we also help out.
Right. Provide everything else.
Exactly.
So, and you do military escorts for funerals as well?
We do, yes. If we do that as well, we'll basically any type of charity organization run that's going on that we have time to support, whether it's just being a participant or organizing it.
How does a family member of, say a family member of a military veteran wanted to get your services for an escort because their dad died? Could they do that?
Yes, they would simply just contact the local American Legion post nearest to them, find out if they have a riders group, and just request.
And then
support.
you guys will respond. You guys will go and escort the hearse to wherever the
whatever
the
they
burial
whatever
is.
they ask for. Yes.
Wow, that's great. Do you find yourself doing that a lot? Do you get calls a lot for that?
Really, the Patriot Guard riders do more of that, so they get probably more of the request. We typically get more from members of our own post or members of other American Legion posts, but if they're not normally associated with American Legion posts, typically they'll go through the Patriot Guard riders.
Patriot Guard.
That's where my sister went.
Oh,
Yeah.
Patriot Guard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys deal with Honor Flight a lot? I heard a lot with Honor Flight, sending World War II vets to Washington, D.C. Do you guys have any recipients of those?
We've had a couple guys involved, but not real deeply.
No.
Just a couple members were involved. But,
You said a couple members are involved.
No. One of your members, and I know we're doing a show. For anybody that's listening, we're doing a show on May 25th at the Haltom Post 655. Where are we here?
Just wait, it'll flip in a minute.
It will flap?
It'll flap in a minute.
It'll flap in
Do
a
you
minute.
know can you remember all the stuff without reading
There we
it?
go. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're on
So
a
it's-
time delay, so.
Is the American Legion post is at
see, he's got
2817 Carson Street. I've said the address a couple of times. 2817 Carson Street in Haltom City. And it is on the 25th.
Correct.
Friday night.
Friday night.
So
The
not
show
this
starts
Friday,
at
next
7
Friday,
o'clock.
right?
Huh?
Next Friday, right?
Next Friday.
Next Friday, correct.
Me and Megan will be performing with a host of other great comics.
Junkyard Dog, who's been on the
Junkyard
show
Dog.
and was hilarious.
Yep.
And Tony Casillas
And Gary Bush.
and Gary Bush.
So
all
you got,
been on the show.
What a great lineup of comics. If you can make it out there, I'll tell you what.
No, make it out there. Not
Yeah,
if
make it
you
out there.
can.
Yeah.
Make it out there.
This is a mandatory thing.
That's right.
If you are a veteran, you are being told to report.
Exactly.
And
I'm
15 minutes early.
And I'm going to tell you
gonna
right.
make some veteran jokes.
All right, if you got a pen and paper handy, 214-556-6239. The first caller to call that number right now and thank a vet and thank these veterans gets 2 free tickets. So call that number, 214-556-6239. Thank a vet, and you'll get 2 free tickets to that show on May 25th. So
Who's
our lines are
gonna
open.
call?
All right. Our lines are open. Let's see.
Otherwise, it's $10.
Or double.
Yeah, or 20, just depending on how I feel that day. And you can get your tickets where?
Nope. You can get them.
Mad Radio Show?
You can call the Mad Radio Show, or you can get them from the VFW.
American Legion.
The American.
And
sorry,
Haltom-
the American Legion.
and Haltom
Sorry.
He's fired.
I'm fired.
Fired.
You can get them from the American Legion Hall.
2 tickets, you guys.
On the email, post655@hotmail.com, and reserve your tickets.
4655@hotmail.com.
Post POST 655 at hotmail.com.
Good job.
And just let us know how many tickets you want. In advance, they are $8 a piece or $15 for 2. At the door, there will be $10 a piece. So you get a
We're
pretty good
recommending
discount
18 and
for-
up.
18 and up.
18 and up. Yep.
Yep. This is PG-13.
I'm
MA.
out of everybody you just said, I'm the dirtiest comic, so we'll be fine. I now have clean things to say.
All right. Like I said, 214-556-6239. 2 tickets to the first caller who calls in and thanks a vet. So I know you're probably listening on your phone and you're probably like, I can't dial.
I can't watch this on Facebook Live and
I
call
don't have a
in.
rotary phone anymore.
Wow. Why would you need it? Anyway.
Who has that?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Who does?
All right, guys. It was a pleasure having you guys in the studio. I want to thank each and every one of you. I can't wait to see you guys on May 25th for the show. For any of your upcoming events, they just have to go to the Post 655 website. Do you have your own website?
We do is post655.org.
Yay.
They can see our calendar there, as well as all the different events that we have going
The
on.
wrestling, the professional wrestling.
Live professional wrestling. We have the next event for that one will be the 8th of June. We got that's a big card. We got a lot of big talent coming in for that as
Excellent.
well. So
And breakfast.
breakfast.
Go
every,
have breakfast with a
every
vet,
Saturday
man.
morning.
Go have breakfast with a vet.
Every Saturday morning. And this is not continental breakfast. We do it right. This is eggs cooked to order, bacon, hash brown, sausage, biscuits,
I'm
gravy.
getting hungry right
If
now.
you leave hungry, it's your own fault.
He said bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Exactly.
All right.
Memorial Day, we pay tribute to the veterans at the Halton City Trinity Cemetery with a ceremony for Memorial Day.
Right, that is
Yes.
at the New Trinity Cemetery on Belknap, I think, or 28th and Beach. There in Haltom City, we'll be there along with the dignitaries and the mayor of Haltom City, doing a tribute to the fallen.
Aw.
All right.
Out on Veterans
On
Veterans
Memorial?
Sites come out 26th Sunday morning.
Saturday,
Yes.
Saturday the 26th.
And we'll put flags on the graves.
On the gravestones. All
Lovely.
right.
It's a
So
way to do Memorial Day right.
that's right. Well, visit post655.org for all these upcoming events. You can also, some of those events will be posted on the Mad Radio Show's webpage. So,
Yes.
So we're not done with vets now yet, man. This is still Red, White, and Blue Wednesday. We're going to be bringing in J-Dog right after this.
All vets all day.
This is Cheryl Grace, and this is Dr. Linda. Be sure and tune in to our show, The Authors Lounge, every Tuesday from 3 to 5 p.m.
On our show, you will be able to hear interviews and call in to speak with best-selling authors and new authors of all genres. Are you an aspiring author? Well, you definitely need to listen to our show because we will be providing insightful information into all aspects of writing and publishing.
You will hear from industry insiders to help you on your literary journey.
You do not want to miss the Authors Lounge every Tuesday from 3 to 5 p.m. in the Gray Stream.
Jump in.
Candy Yam's Kitchen, food you can feel. You can experience Southern and Creole classics from down-home gumbo, upscale shrimp and grits, and mouth-watering desserts from specialty pound cakes, pies, decadent peach cobbler, and an unforgettable banana pudding. Whether large or small, Candy Yam's Kitchen has everything to give your event a taste your guests will remember. Savory Southern cuisine, bold New Orleans flavors, united with an all-star presentation. You can be assured that you will be the talk of the town after booking them for your next party. You can reach us at 469-450-0027 or follow our journey on Facebook and Instagram at Candy Yam's Kitchen. That's KANDIYAMZ Kitchen. Again, give us a call at 469-450-0027 or like our Facebook and Instagram page at Candy Yam's Kitchen, spelled KANDIYAMZ Kitchen. Candy Yam's Kitchen, food you can feel.
BRN.US.
Hello, you've reached Fishbowl Radio International.
Worldwide total infotainment for your ear hole. Talk, music, sports, comedy, politics, technology, health and fitness. Plus, spend the coolest 2 hours of your day in a soulful mix of smooth jazz and R&B with Tim Garrison. Get the latest hip-hop, celebrity news, and hot topics with host and president of Flava TV, Skip Cheatham, and Skip Cheatham's Playground. Share the music, the memories, the industry knowledge of Grammy-nominated composer and co-writer of songs Slippin' Into Darkness, Cisco Kid, Lowrider, and Why Can't We Be Friends? Why can't we? Yeah, I think I'll let him handle that. Howard Scott of The Howard Scott Show. And putting it all together, founder and owner of Fishbowl Radio Network, Dallas radio legend Sammy G. FBRN.US. Fishbowl Radio Network. Jump in.
Congratulations from Velvet Oasis Events, wedding and event planning. What a great time for us to get acquainted and determine what style, design, and package will work for your upcoming wedding, gala, social, or anniversary event. We specialize in helping people have a better event experience. Velvet Oasis Events customize your event design with your vision in mind. From beginning to end, we're there to assist. So for that wow experience you won't forget, remember Velvet Oasis Events. To get more details, go to velvetoasisevent.com, velvetoasisevent.com, or call 817-500-1579, 817-500-1579.
Introducing the Ferrero Rocher cupcakes loaded with luscious layers of sweet goodness coated over dark chocolate cake made with the freshest and finest ingredients to make you say, "Holy cupcake!" Voted top 3 cupcakes in the DFW area. Wondering where you can get these sweet chocolatey goodies? Where else but Le Cupcake and Treats? Call us now, 682-999-8276. That's 682-999-8276. Or visit us on our Facebook and Instagram at Le Cupcake and Treats, where we make life sweeter.
FBRN.US. Fishbowl Radio Network. Jump in.
They don't want it on there. Yeah.
American girls and American guys will always stand up and salute. We'll always recognize when we see your glory flying.
Welcome back to Mad Radio, Red, White, and Blue Wednesday, man.
All vets, all day.
All
like
vets,
that.
all day, man. Thank a vet. You see a vet out there on the street, you know a vet, give him a call. Thank them today because that's what they need to hear. We got in the studio right now, we have Jamie and John Ortiz from J-Dog Junk Removal, right?
Yes, sir.
Refuge Removal. What's a proper, I don't want to offend anybody, is there a proper name?
Junk removal.
It says full service junk removal.
All right.
I think they've embraced it. J-Dog for junk.
It's like custodian or janitor, you don't want to say the word. It's refuge. It's refuge. We're moving refuge, not junk.
It's junk.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
I love that we met you through another nonprofit that you're really, really all over, which is Heroes for Hope.
Yes,
Here, you got to get close.
Yeah, speak close
Yes,
to the mic.
they're a fantastic local nonprofit that helps local families whose children are going through cancer treatment. So
Yeah.
they really try to assist those families during a very difficult time.
I love it.
Tell us a little about J-Dog. I mean, how did it start? Well, I mean, you're a veteran-owned,
Marine, right?
employed company.
Army? I thought he was gonna. They gave.
I know.
Like,
I
when they left.
We got all Army guys here.
Yes. And because I think they assumed he was Marine too.
Yeah, everybody here was Army except Jamie's wife was Marine.
Husband.
Husband. Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
So
Not you. The other Jamie.
Yeah, the other Jamie.
Yeah, well, when we met, I was like, Jamie, I was like, how do you know my name? Your name's Jamie? I was like, oh, okay.
It's one of those names. Okay. Anyway, so how did J-Dog start? Sorry, we got sidetracked with Army.
Okay, I'm the talker. So Jerry Flanagan is our CEO, and he's
Okay.
out of Philadelphia. He's an Army veteran himself, and
you can just move it in, so you don't have to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you. He started hauling junk one day, and he just got sick of what he was doing, and his wife was very supportive of him wanting to do something else. And as the community started realizing like this was a veteran that was providing a service that was really needed, they're like, man, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
They spread the word, and he saw as an opportunity to employ other veterans that might need a job. And so from there, his dream kind of blossomed into this beautiful thing to provide ownership opportunities to military veterans and their families across the country. He started franchising it out.
Oh wow!
So you guys are all over the country.
Yes, 35
wow.
states.
35 states.
And they own their franchise. Nice.
Yes. So we take care of the Fort Worth area, Arlington, and North Dallas.
I love it. So, we're all familiar, I'm sure, with how much you get paid as a vet, right? Like when you're in the Army, you're not making anything. So how in the world did you afford a franchise? Because most of those bad boys are expensive.
Well,
he helps you, I assume, right?
We took a big chance. After the Army, I went into the oil field and
oil field work.
Never mind. Oil field. No, that makes sense now.
After 10 years, I realized that there's more to life than just
working hard like that.
We took a chance. We cashed out our 401k. We sold our cars, and we bought our franchise.
How did you hear about how did you hear about J-Dog?
Veteran website. For years, I've looked into businesses that I could be my own boss.
Right.
And for some reason, I just ran into one that it was a veteran website, and there it was.
So it was fate. It was kind of just fate, and it put you right on that path to J-Dog.
Yes, sir.
Wow. What does J-Dog stand for?
That's Jerry Flanagan's nickname.
Oh, it's Jerry.
Ah, nice.
it kind of just fits with John and Jamie, though.
It does.
It's
kismet.
And we're like, no, we have to give credit where credit's due. It's all Jerry.
And junk.
Wow. So you cover 35 states, right? How many franchises are there?
There are 545 awarded territories.
Wow.
And out of those, there's 130 that are open.
Wow.
That's huge.
Oh, man, I'm not a vet.
They're, they keep track of how many veterans are employed through JDOG or military family members, and right now it's just over 1,000.
Oh, that's so cool.
And their goal, Jerry's goal, the corporate office's goal, it's 10,000 veterans. That's what they want to do.
How do you recruit?
It's got big.
Yeah.
Everywhere we can on this show right now.
Yeah.
We're hiring.
They're hiring.
We need part-time and full-time.
But like we were talking to the American Legion guys before, when you leave the military, you're not afforded. Like the military's not saying, hey, well, you're going back into civilian life. J-Dog is looking to hire. They don't say that. The American Legion they don't say, go to the American Legion, they'll help you. So is there get the word out to everybody?
Hopefully one day we can get into the on post, into the bases, that when those guys are transitioning.
Oh, nice.
That's an option,
Yeah.
You know, why wouldn't the military
they have that?
Yeah, why wouldn't the military turn around and say, here's a perfect opportunity for you to leave the military and get great work?
To my knowledge, they do offer some sort of, knowledge or help for those guys transitioning out, but J-Dog's a fairly new franchise, so it's about us spreading the word.
Right.
brand recognition,
Yeah.
people getting to know us across the country, and then kind of infiltrating into those bases and meeting the right people and being able to utilize their services that they have on base to get
What
some
they need.
helpers for us.
So, can anyone work for you guys, or you only hire veterans?
We hire veterans, patriots, military family members. We're
Okay.
It's not a closed door for
Okay.
anybody.
Now, without
What
this,
are patriots? Everyone that likes America.
Civilians that love
All right, just making sure.
no man buns.
You're making an assumption about every man bun ever, and it's correct.
That's right. Without disclosing the pay scale, because I saw it online today, you pay very well.
I'm gonna look it up now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to disclose it. If you'd like to disclose it, that's fine. But I know you're hiring in Fort Worth. I saw your ad, and you guys do pay. You starting pay is very, very well. Now, is that plus benefits?
We're going to be offering some benefits, dental, vision,
401k.
401k, and something else in the future too that we're working on. It's hard work, so we want to be able to take care of this guy.
Right.
Compensate him well.
Well, I mean, like I said, the starting salary is pretty decent. It's pretty decent.
Well, we're in Texas, and the summer's pretty hot, so
Yeah.
we want to keep our guys motivated.
What's a normal day of work?
What are some of the crazy things you've had to remove?
Every day is completely different, and every job's completely different, just
Yeah.
depending on the circumstances.
So it could be from going one first job to a house, getting rid of a mattress. The second job.
Oh, you guys do stuff as small as just like removing a mattress.
Yeah, but I don't know if you've ever tried to get rid of your mattress, but it's a pain in the butt. They
I think-
won't. You can't even like donate them half the time.
Well, I'm not even going to disclose it because I just got rid of my mattress.
Did you just dump it somewhere? You're
Yes,
a terrible person.
Yes. Then I rolled it up. I rolled the body up in it, tied it up, and I dumped it like the normal Italian
like a
people would.
like a New Yorker should.
Oh, he forgot his.
Oh. And that wasn't even supposed to be in here.
I know.
Okay.
So, yeah,
and it was right there. I didn't even pay attention. So you've done a mattress. What's the weirdest thing you've done?
A body.
No, we
Don't
do
ask
get
any
asked
questions.
to remove spouses, but we don't offer that service.
I would have called back in the day.
I wouldn't really say weird. I don't think we've really come across weird. We've
How about gross?
Sensitive.
Oh.
Like we've come
Like
across
hoarders?
Well, hoarders or a family member that might have passed away, and
Right.
it might be too difficult for them to
yeah.
go through
Oh,
a
yeah.
loved one's property, so
Yeah.
they have us do it because we can recycle, we can donate, we can repurpose, or we can
Yeah.
properly dispose of it.
And the biggest thing is they know who's going to come to their house. It's going to be somebody who's going to be professional.
Trustworthy.
That has the values, the respect, integrity, and trust,
Mhm.
and respect their belongings.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's a sensitive.
So you'll clean out a whole house.
Absolutely.
So all the furniture.
Have you ever had to do that?
Huh?
Have you ever had to do that? A family member that needed that?
No, just a person. Had to
Just
remove.
trying to clean the person out.
No.
My grandmother had Alzheimer's, and for some reason, my family let her live alone for too long, and so we had to actually employ someone like you guys to come in.
Actually,
it was in Kansas City.
My mother lived in a I don't know what to say it was assisted living because it wasn't nurses there, but it was like a community, a senior citizen community.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is funny.
But it's little. Those are little.
Yeah, well, she had
spaces.
a full apartment. I mean, she had a 1-bedroom apartment.
Uh-huh.
No, it was actually a big studio. She had couches, tables,
Yeah.
stuff like that. My mom passed away on a Sunday, so we went back to her house, and by late afternoon, people were knocking on the door. I heard your mom passed away. Are you doing anything with the couch?
Lord!
You know, when your mom was sick, she said I could have that table. I'm
Did
like,
she?
Like,
Did
get
she?
out. Yeah, get out.
Were you in New York? That sounds very New York.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's
New
messed
York.
up. That's messed up, man.
How about commercial removal?
So just recently, a couple of weeks ago, we just did a 50,000 square foot warehouse.
Wow.
Got a little bit behind on disposing of warehouse cardboard and paper, and we were able to do that in 2 days. Probably 10 hours, 20 hours plus of work.
What kind of equipment
That's
you guys
crazy.
use?
It's all used in trailers, pickups and trailers. We use 12-foot trailers by 7 by 6 foot high. So 18 cubic yards, that's what we use. And then we come in, we bring our own tools, ladders.
Dollies.
So you're basically a moving company. I mean that's because you think about some of the stuff is really, really heavy that people got to get rid of. I'm just thinking about like in my house, I got a china cabinet that's probably weighs 400 pounds, you know?
Yes.
And you just...
Are you going to throw that away?
Yeah, make room.
How feel about that? Hot tubs, I bet. Because once they're broken, man,
yeah, people
they're just
They're
junk.
just there. They're a hunk of fiberglass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. I bet that's a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you now with furniture? What is some of the stuff you do with furniture? You said you recycle it, you redonate it, you.
So we actually have a warehouse space, and what we're wanting to do here in the city of Fort Worth is our warehouse is very close to the homeless veterans housing.
Oh, wow.
So we would love for any of those veterans transitioning out of being homeless at those shelters to come visit us once they're able to get an apartment. We'd love to help furnish those
I
apartments
love
for
that.
them.
You need to get
That
them
is
with
great.
Uplift.
Yeah, we just worked with Uplift a couple of 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. We went and fed the homeless over in Fort Worth, and they said there was a lot of homeless vets out there. That's a shame.
Oh, yeah. We ran into at least 2 or 3.
Yep. Yeah, and there was one who had dementia. He was sick. He needed help, and yeah, I mean, just sad, real sad things.
It's good that they have at least a program for the vets.
That's great that you can furnish that. I mean, to help returning vets that instead of being homeless, do you have any programs in place to like? I see they were building a lot of these tiny homes for vets, the little communities.
Not in Texas yet.
They're not in Texas yet?
Mm-mm. I don't think so.
I've seen those on Facebook. They're
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly.
They're really amazing.
They're like the 1-bedroom tiny homes, and
Yeah.
there's like 30 of them in the community.
Maybe in Austin, but not
Maybe-
here yet.
Oh, then I thought they were here.
No.
Well, J-Dog, anywhere. If you're in 35 states, each state does the same thing, right? They recycle everything and
Yes. So their goal as a company is for all of us to recycle or donate or repurpose, 60 to 70% of everything that we collect.
Oh, wow.
It's a big difference.
Yeah. So when you say like you have to clean out a woman's home or a person's home, you have like all these magazines or whatever, things that you're going to recycle. Do you have to then take them to the recycling plant yourself? It's not like you have a recycling bin that's going to hold.
So we sort everything.
Everything,
yeah.
exactly.
So depending on where it's coming from and what the material is,
Okay.
but we try to sort everything that we can.
And then put it in the recycling bin and move on.
How about when you come across chemicals or any hazardous materials?
That is such a question for you.
Well, that's what I'm
Given
thinking.
that's what he does
No,
for a
because-
living.
Yeah, I did for a living.
Yeah.
When you come across hazardous materials, but even if you're gonna go clean out somebody's house, how about paint? Basic paint and pesticides that are in a garage.
So that's the only thing we don't do, but we always point them in the right direction. We help
Right.
them get in touch with whoever.
Who they have to.
Like the ACC, give them a schedule of the time that they can go take their stuff to that
Right.
area, and necessary paperwork that they need to be able to take that for free to that organization. So at least point them in the right direction.
Right. How many employees does Fort Worth J-Dog have?
7.
Oh, it's a little.
Still little,
Still
but
growing?
we are growing. We're going to be hiring 5 in the next month, and that number is just going to keep going as
I'm
as we
freaking checking
continue
it
to
out.
grow.
I would lose so much weight. Just sweat. I mean, it'd be disgusting for the first few months and everything because I'd be sweating so much. But
You wait. You're gonna do this?
I'm gonna look. I have to see how much I pay.
You had a problem putting a bicycle together for your kid for Christmas.
I did. They don't put things together. They take things apart. That is easy. You can do that. They move things. That's different. I'm manly.
How many jobs out there that you get a chance to swing a sled?
Yeah, yes. See, they sold me just now just by that.
We call it the J-Dog workout.
Yes. Hello.
It's
Yeah, but when you're in,
Oh,
when
you
you're-
physically having to do all this, or do you have to like keep everything running?
For the first year that John and I were open, we've been in business 2 years now. It was just him and I in the truck.
Wow.
So I
So
did
you
all
were
the
doing
jobs
it.
with him.
Nice.
And I had never worked outside before in my life.
in Texas, man, it's
And
brutal.
It was insane.
Oh.
So now I get to do all the fun back office stuff and marketing.
You did your time. You did your time.
Yeah. So
I got you.
Someone's got to do this.
John, you still go out there?
Absolutely.
You still go out there every
Every
day?
day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, it's your business. You get You got to be one of the boys, right?
And that's what the military does. You know, they teach you how to lead
By example. Mhm.
Oh, I love that.
the guys to do something that I'm not willing to do myself.
There you go.
You know, and you know, being in like the field that I was in, and even in the oil fields, because we dealt with a lot of the drilling rigs and everything else, you could tell who's a veteran and who's not. Because if you're not a veteran, they're pointing fingers. Veterans in there, man. He doesn't care if he's the company man. He's in there and he's getting his hands dirty, right? And that's what being a veteran's all about. That's you guys.
So we love them.
Huh?
That's why we love them. That's why they're on.
Remember, hey, like I said, thank a vet. 214-556-6239 gets you 2 tickets to our May 25th comedy night at the American Legion Hall. So
in Haltom City,
our phone lines are open. So give us a call.
They've been open.
Free tickets.
Nobody uses call like if we said text us, we would be bombarded right now.
Well, see,
nobody uses phones.
That's the problem because people are listening to the show on the phone or watching it on the phone on Facebook, and they're like, "Well, screw it, I can't make that phone call."
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So go to a payphone. They can still have payphones.
Nobody has
I saw some
payphones.
comments in there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a lot of comments giving you guys love.
Yes.
But that doesn't count. No, I'm just kidding. We have to hear your voices.
So John, how long were you in the military for?
I was 4 years.
4 years?
02 to 06.
Were you deployed?
02, right after.
Yeah, right before. I was 19 years old when I went overseas in support of operations.
You in Afghanistan?
Wow.
Iraq.
And how, 13, 14 months over there? Or?
A year.
Oh, you did a year.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Jamie, you part of the military or family?
No, sir. My family. So my husband, John, Army, and then my brother was in the Navy.
Oh, nice.
Did you know him before he joined the military?
I
or
did not.
You did?
I knew him in the oil field.
Oh, you were
that's how you met?
Yeah.
Aww.
So you're
like, he's kind of
No,
cute.
we met in my hometown, Grand Junction, Colorado, and it was a really big oil field community at the time.
Oh,
I was like, you don't have that Texas accent. That makes sense now.
Yeah, I'm only a Texan for 2 years now.
So
2 years.
2 years now. What did you do in the oil field?
I was a wireline operator.
Oh, okay.
A what?
And crane operations.
Oh,
before
you
frac
know.
Came in, arm explosives.
Oh.
Crane and shoot the perforation.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds dangerous.
It's fun though, blowing stuff up.
It was great because most of the guys that I work with were veterans themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got the background.
The guy and
Safe.
That brings us back to JDOC, what it is that we're working amongst veterans.
Yeah.
We got that brotherhood. We feel comfortable. It feels good to put your boots back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you'll never lose that. You never lose that work ethic that was instilled in you,
Well, we see that work ethic with some of our customers that are veterans. We do a lot of work for Vietnam vets, and those guys, I mean, they're paying for our service, but they still want to help load their trailer.
helping you.
Right, because they can't sit around and watch.
No, it's not in their DNA.
No,
It's just not.
Yeah, they'll be like, let me grab that, 90-year-old guy, Well, what was that? The guy that we just saw, he's the oldest vet. He's
112 and he lives in Austin, Texas.
112 years old, man.
Hold on, I can tell you his name in a second.
Richard
Jasmine
something.
Polly said, "You guys inspire me" on our Facebook page. I just wanted to read that because I like when anyone says inspire.
She
It's pretty.
is J-Dog Atlanta
Ooh.
and Savannah, Georgia. Her and her husband are both
Hey,
Army
J-Dogs.
veterans, and they are
Well, thank you for
an
your service,
amazing
Jasmine.
couple.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So they own a J-Dog in.
Yes, they have the Atlanta area and the Savannah area, and
Nice. That's a good
they're
area.
expanding also. Really great couple.
It's funny you said.
Richard
you-
Overton is
Richard
112.
Overton.
Sorry.
You're awarded sections.
Yes.
Like, what does that mean? Like, when you buy your franchise, that says you can't go to you can't go to Dallas.
Well,
Certain areas.
we service North Dallas. So when you have a territory, it's a set up demographic area, and I mean there's borders with zip codes and stuff like that,
Right.
and that's the area that's within your franchise territory, and that's
Right.
the area you service.
Is it because it bucks up against someone else's area?
Absolutely.
Or,
So, depending on the area, I mean, they want you to have a large enough population. John and I service about 2.5 million people in the
okay.
Metroplex right now. But there are other J-Dog territories within the Metroplex. So that's the beauty of it being a franchise. the customers can find us online at jdogjunkremoval.com. Type
Look
in
at
their
her.
zip code. Look at me go marketing. But you put in your zip code and it shows you who services your area, and it even has the biography of that military veteran or veteran family member that owns that territory.
Oh,
so you
I
get to know
love that.
who is servicing you.
That gave me chills.
Just this week, we have a customer that was serviced in Oklahoma by another JDOG.
Uh-huh.
And they picked us just because they have seen how they work and what they stand for. And they was like, well, let's see if there's one in Texas. in Fort
Aw.
Worth. And that's just how they got us. The JDOG is the same nationwide.
I love that.
Wow.
That's so cool. So, if you guys got like a really weird request, would you say no? Have you ever said no? I mean, you haven't so far because you said the weirdest one was like not even weird.
We've had to say no to
Okay.
a safe.
A safe
That was.
There's like 750 pounds or
Four
something.
guys could not move
Yeah.
it, and we're like, you need to call a safe company
My
for
sis-
this.
Yeah, 'cause you don't have any other equipment. You don't have like any machinery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My stepdad owns a safe that's taller than me, and it's full. He's like,
Guns?
that's where I'm going when the zombie apocalypse hits, man. They got food and guns.
In a safe?
But yeah, they have a
He's
safe.
got
And so
food in
they've
a safe?
Yes, so they've moved twice since they've been married. Since my parents got married when I was 20, this is my stepdad.
Oh.
And this last time he had to move it downstairs. It was insane. And these are old men. I mean, I love you,
Wow.
but they're like 65-year-old men, like trying to. And I'm like, oh my god, someone's gonna die. I was just watching it because I was like, I'm gonna witness a
Well,
death.
you can't live in a safe. You
Shush.
can't.
I'm not gonna live in the safe. That's where I'm going. That's what I'm
Oh.
saying. I'm going to her. Yeah.
Zombies.
When zombies come, that's where I'm going because they have food and they have weapons. And I have neither.
What?
What?
No joke. He's not joking.
Was it like a mother-in-law?
No, they were real zombies. They were paintball targets.
Oh.
But it was an entire garage full of these awful zombies covered in paint and wigs and rubber masks.
And they were like, I don't want to deal with this
Yeah.
anymore.
That's great
Oh,
for
I
the
love it.
paperwork, though, right?
Oh my
Zombie-
gosh. I had fun posing them in front of our truck.
Yes.
We're like, let's take a picture for Halloween.
Halloween,
So
exactly.
it was pretty fun. It was a fun job.
That would be cool.
I know it's unethical, but is there anything you find that you're like, wow, I can use that?
That's not unethical. They're
Well, you-
donating it.
We have newspapers hanging up in our warehouse of September 11th from the Star Telegram.
Oh wow.
So we found those. We have newspapers from World War II.
Oh wow.
That we found in an attic. And I mean, we found some really cool stuff and things like that. We try to hang up, for all of our guys to see. Or
Yeah.
kind of some memorabilia.
yeah. So I mean, we find some stuff like that. I've repurposed some furniture in our own house where I sanded it down,
Right.
repainted
Nice.
it. So
Okay.
She said repurposed. She's
I like
better
that.
lingo.
Yeah.
You're like it's unethical. I'm not. No, it's not. She just sand it. It's not even theirs anymore.
That's right.
It's totally different.
So warehouses, any contracts, any community contracts to clean
Like
parks
corporate?
or, I know they contract some different companies for like some of the parks and under the overpasses where a lot of junk collects or people are starting to live, and the city tries to move them out.
So we don't have any like city contracts at this moment. That's something that we would love to have in the future. We do have some contracts with some private waste companies that contract us to do some jobs for them. But besides that, that's where we're at. Or apartment complexes.
Okay. Or do you have the capability of bidding out jobs, correct? With
Absolutely.
the state and go onto the state bids and try to get those jobs?
Yes.
That's
Everything government is bidded.
yeah,
on.
but you know what's great is woman owned, right? I hope you put everything in her name. Woman owned
No,
business.
he's the vet though.
Well, but so what? Woman owned business and a vet.
It's it's
but a
together.
a woman owned business and a vet would get you probably any city contract. I mean, you could really.
Ooh.
Because they have to
Didn't think about
award,
that.
the city has to award at least 5% or 10% of their contracts to woman-owned businesses. They have to, no matter what.
That's why I keep.
And
getting
now with
screwed.
vet,
Some good intel.
yeah, they have to do that.
It's good to know.
Put out those bids.
I need to create my own lighting business, and then just go after only government business.
That's where people make money. Government contracts.
I know.
You work for the government. You do that government contract for about 5 years,
Halliburton.
and then just just embezzle all that crap, and then just leave.
The New York cop is telling us to embezzle. That's good.
So some of your employees, do you have the Army, Marine, Navy, Air Force?
It's great.
It's
everybody went up in each other.
Yeah. Who sat at a desk? Who was in the field?
Yeah.
It must be a lot of fun in the morning over coffee.
I can lift more than you. I can throw this far.
Oh, you just had the other day who had a steeper hill in boot camp.
Oh.
They were comparing hills that they had to run in boot camp. So
that's funny.
But it's awesome. It's good to hear that.
Yeah, it's fun camaraderie. It probably makes the work atmosphere so much more fun. Like you enjoy going to work. So these guys probably wake up in the morning and be like, yeah, I can't wait to get in and have coffee and just and that's nice because I would love to go to work happy.
They're hiring. I think we both should go to work. Lose some weight.
That's right. I'll lose
You're talking about your
my
boobs.
man boobs. I'll lose them.
They're
I'll lose
gone
my
now.
man boobs.
They're gone now.
You want to give a shout out to any of your employees? You want anybody listening? No, they don't care about you guys. They don't care.
We want to say thank you to them. This is why we're doing this. When we found about J-Dog, we knew this is more than just a business for us.
Right.
This is something to give back. And if it wasn't for them and how hard they work and what they do every day and how they impress the customers and they lead the charge, and we're just proud of them. So we want to say thank you. Thank you, guys.
absolutely.
Aw.
There's some great guys. I mean, they volunteer at nonprofit events that we're a part of just because they want to be a part of it too. They don't ask for pay. They don't ask for anything. They just want to
They
do
wanna help.
something for the community. They're a great bunch of guys and women. I
Right.
mean,
Now, some of the non-for-profit businesses that you work with, you worked with Heroes for Hope, right? And you work for other ones, or you support other ones? How does that work?
We've donated bicycles to some local homeless veterans for means
Oh,
of
wow.
transportation. That's something that John likes to do, is fix up some bicycles and donate them. Sometimes they just need a new tube in the tire or some
Right.
grease on the chain.
How about medical equipment like wheelchairs? Do you come across those?
We do, and that's a really hard thing to give away depending on the condition of it and who had it before. But we have sought out trying to donate those items.
Yeah, I'm sure. I didn't. think about
Who
that.
else do you work with besides Heroes for Hope?
We've donated our time to the Relay for Life.
Oh, okay.
So we've worked with them before here in Fort Worth over at the Panther Island Pavilion. That was a really fun event, and we bring the whole family to those things. It's
Yeah.
good for our
Nice.
kids to see.
Oh, yeah.
How many kids do you guys have?
We have 3.
Oh wow! Had
Yeah.
3 too. I understand. It's crazy.
One of mine just showed up.
Oh, that's yours.
Yeah.
So
with the Duran Duran haircut.
nice. So, how old are your babies?
So our littlest guy is 4.
Aww.
And then we have 11 and 13-year-olds.
Oh, that 13's terrible, isn't it? Is it a girl or boy?
She's easy. She's into comics, and she's a good kid.
Whatever.
See, good parenting.
Oh, I hate
bad
you right now.
parenting.
2 parents versus 1 parent.
Our 4-year-old will give anyone a run for their money. That's why he was last.
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
he
Same at my
is
house.
A ball of energy all the time.
Do you run the house military or regimented? Get up at 4. Oh, 400.
I have
No.
to tone it down. Sometimes I feel like I should, but no, I
Yeah.
Yeah, we know who wears the boots though, right?
He is so laid back, and I have to tell him not to laugh at some of the stuff that they say. I'm like, you can't encourage that. Like, stop laughing.
laughing.
He's the goofy, fun, playful
Aw.
dad. Don't let him fool you.
That's sweet. Yeah.
Now, you both work at J-Dog. Okay, you got kids at home.
3.
3 kids at home. You wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, you go to work. 5:30. Where
Not me. I get up at like 6:30.
All right, so where do the kids go? Well, some go to school, but the 4-year-old
Daycare.
daycare?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so she doesn't leave them home.
No.
Shut up. I have almost an 18-year-old. He should be able to hold down the fort. Otherwise, I've not done a great job.
And you really
What?
Think about what you just said.
Shut up! You're so mean. So I went out of town last week for work, and I left everything to the 17-year-old, and the 13-year-old girl stayed alone. And then my ex was around, and he took the youngest one, the 12-year-old, because he didn't want to stay alone. They were fine. They had plenty of food. Now the trash didn't get taken out to the curb, and so now it's like overflowing. But other than that,
there you go.
It was fine.
I know someone you can call to help you with that.
It was perfect. Perfect setup.
Well, I mean, a lot of people support veterans, and you want to do veteran-owned businesses. So if you're out there and you're listening, 35 states. It's a lot of states. Look up jdog.org, .net,
.com. I have it on our Facebook.
For any need, commercial or residential, state bidding. If you're out there and you're listening, you want them to bid a contract for you.
Is Garland your area? Probably not.
Garland.
I have contacts in Garland and Rockwell. That's too east.
So Rockwell, no, but there is a retired Marine that takes care of the Rockwell area.
Okay.
So I mean, they can find.
I just have
they
city
can find
states
them
or
on
city contacts.
jdogjunkremoval.com, and I mean, really from anywhere.
Yeah. Well, how many J-Dogs are there in this? Well, I guess Texas. Yeah.
In Texas, I'm not entirely sure, but in the DFW Metroplex, there's 8 of us.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
That's some big territory.
That is pretty big.
I mean,
and that covers all the way down, like to when you say DFW area, like when you say the Metroplex, some people are thinking Hearst, Bedford, Euless,
yeah, that's
stuff like
all
that.
of it.
Yes,
but
so
goes down to Midlothian and stuff like that.
Clear
too.
up to Denton. There's one in like the southern part of Dallas, Rockwall.
Are you guys in the Denton area?
No, that's
okay.
that's a retired Army recruiter.
Oh wow! Look at her. She's like, I know where everybody is.
Oh, you got to do your homework. Got to do your homework.
Yeah, that's cool.
We worked on the ranks for some time, yeah.
Do you guys get together with other J-Dog owners and kind of
Yes.
their like company events?
Yeah, actually, Jeremy from Denton, we were just there last month having a barbecue.
Aww.
Having a good time.
So there's some continued camaraderie there too. So it's pretty cool.
Do you farm out to the other guys if they need?
If we ever need if we get a job that we can't handle, that's a
Warehouse job where I need more than 7 guys.
Yes.
So, you're from Colorado.
Yes.
You guys met in Colorado.
Yes.
Why did you come to Texas?
Because we didn't want to haul junk in snow.
Oh.
But there's no weed dispensaries here.
No, we're closer to some family too,
okay.
and that helped play a definite role in our move to Texas.
Yeah.
And we're
not taking anything from Colorado residents,
Right.
but the DFW or just Texas has been so pro helping veterans.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Good.
We're just excited to get up every day to help out people.
Good.
Like it's funny you say that because like we brought up before with the American Legion, Tom Barry from Florida had so many problems in Florida with his health benefits that he had to come here to Texas, and Texas took care of him right away.
Which is,
I mean, that other
considering
people
how
have to come
big
from other
we are.
states here. But
as a state in general, we even have trouble taking care of our own citizens sometimes because, all of our state it gets depleted.
Right.
When you think about all of those, like those schools on the border is what I always think about. They aren't well funded. They aren't great schools because it's so poor.
You're talking about like the Laredo.
Right on the border of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just they're known for not being great, but at least hopefully we're taking care of veterans. Okay, hopefully as a state we're doing that.
Yeah,
sounds like it.
I mean, I haven't heard horrible stories as I did in like New York about the VA hospital. In New York, you heard
Missouri VA.
Same thing. Just like East Coast is just like you'll sit there for months before they'll even talk to you. Here, at least a couple of weeks.
Well, my friend was saying he's actually a vet up in Missouri, and he was saying he tried to make an appointment because he only has VA insurance, 44 days out before he could see somebody.
44 days out.
44. And I mean, that's, I guess that's okay, but it's not to me.
44 days out.
What if you had something so vital you were not like, you know what I mean? Like something detrimental that you could die.
Right. So think about this. Say you called your doctor.
I
Right,
go get a new doctor.
Right. Say you called your doctor and said, "Hey, listen, I got some chest pain. All right,
Exactly.
I
I'm throwing shit at
shot
you.
myself in the chest. and you say, and then they turn around and go, I'll
It's
see you in
gonna
44
be- yeah,
days.
exactly.
44 days.
Exactly.
How would that make you feel?
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I
that's
hope if
really,
it's something serious that they get you in faster.
Is that the way it happens?
And here, lift up your mic because they were just told I was. There you go. Because you have to talk to the side. Anyway, we were just told I can't hear him, and I have him up as high as I can.
Tom Barry just started. Tom Barry just came on, and Tom, we just mentioned you about your trip to
Texas
to take care of some of your VA issues, and the difference between Texas VAs and Florida VAs. If you want to chime in, and give us a
call.
Give us a
because
call.
We've been trying to get people to call Tom. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm lucky. I guess I'm being one of the lucky ones. I never needed any medical or so.
You had him muted this whole
I didn't touch that.
time.
I didn't touch that mic. I don't know why that was muted.
Which makes sense why I couldn't hear the other dude either. Did you like that? I called him a dude.
You called him a dude.
Go ahead.
So
Sorry.
yeah, I never needed it. So I guess I'm one of the lucky ones in healthy wise. So I cannot tell you what the VA business or side of is like. What I can say is some of the guys that work
Work
for
with?
us, they get taken care of.
Oh, good.
Feel like it's take half a day off, get it done, come back to work.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's another thing that's good about working for a VA. Robert Peppers, comedian Robert Peppers.
He's calling, I think, via Facebook.
Let's see.
Hey, can you hear us, Robert?
I think it's got to connect.
I don't think you can. I can't take a phone call. Hey, Robert, I'm hanging up. Call Skype, man.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. Oh, I almost put red. No talkie. Hey, you're on the air with Mad Radio.
Hey, how's it going?
Tom.
Hey, Tom, what's going on, man?
J-Dog Fort Worth there. Those guys kind of mentored me. I'm J-Dog Denton.
Oh,
you know,
he sounds just like Tom.
J
Dog didn't.
I follow them on everything, so I am headed to a valet trash service right now. So I just wanted to give you guys a call and do a shout out for them. They're great people. They've been great to me, and they go above and beyond to help the veterans, and not only that, their community.
I love that.
Thanks,
That's
Jeremy.
so nice.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Jeremy, do you want some comedy tickets? Because you called in.
Say yes.
They're in Haltom City, though.
Yes.
Oh!
Yes.
We have 2 comedy tickets if you want them.
Take Mari with you.
That's right. So you want to pick them up here at the station, or you want me to give them over to John and Jamie, and they can give them to you?
Absolutely. If you could give them to John and Jamie,
Yeah,
that'd
exactly.
be great.
Because it's a little bit of a drive from Denton.
Yeah. That's
I'm from Highland Village. I
That's not
feel
too
your
bad.
pain. But Haltom City next Friday night. Hopefully John and Jamie can come too if they get a
Yes.
babysitter, and it'll be at the
American
American
Legion.
Legion Hall. So all vets.
Yep.
Yay!
Awesome.
American Legion Hall, post 655. I forgot the road it's on. I forgot it.
I have it right
got it?
here, Carson Street.
Carson Street. That's
2817. Anyway, thank you so much. That's so nice to hear. You guys are doing a good job. So you're like their mentors with your 2 years experience. I mean, man, this must be going fast.
Well, Jeremy, how long have you been
Come
open
in
now?
at different times, you know. So I mean, how long have I been? I've been doing it for about a year and a half.
Wow.
So they came in right before I did, but they had a lot of knowledge from the ground, and
Wow.
to make that big step, you know, to have someone to kind of tell you this is going to be okay, you can go forward, just do the best you can and help all the veterans that you can. It gave me the confidence coming out of the military to go forward and start my franchise.
It's nice to have backup like that, man. It's nice to have that
Yeah.
support network within that
Like
group,
training.
and nobody stepping on each other.
Yes.
That's like I said. It's just a nice thing to go to work every day.
Well,
Yeah.
and I feel like if the roles were reversed, it would have done the same for me.
Right.
You know,
Aw.
and it's just how it is, you know. And when we started, our guy was Andy Shavira in Frisco. He's the J-Dog Frisco, and he took me under his wing and he taught me all of the things, you know, how to run in, what to do, what to look for,
and what not to do.
Yeah, I think our first month open, they ended up having us over for dinner at their house just to say hey. Like, and that's
Well,
really what Jerry Flanagan had envisioned when he started the J-Dog franchising. He wanted it to be that brotherhood.
Then that's
I
great,
like it.
man. Thank God for him. That because there's not. I don't think there's any other type of businesses out there that kind of resemble yours.
There was a moving company that said there was veterans owned, but then when they got to my house, they weren't veterans.
Yeah, some people like to put that stamp on it.
That upset me.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm trying to help out vets. You guys
I'll
look like you're
continue
from
listening,
Pearl.
but I've got to go. I've got to start my work. So.
All right,
Thank
Jeremy.
you.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Jeremy.
Thank you, brother.
Bye.
All right.
Aw, he was sweet. That's so
He's
cool.
a good guy.
That's so cool. That you guys are doing a good job. When do we have another phone call? Look at that. We have another phone call.
We're not giving out any more tickets.
Whatever. Mad Dog, you're on. Or Mad Dog. Mad Radio, you're on the air. I need.
Yeah, this is Tom.
Oh, Tom.
What's
See?
going on, Tom? How you doing?
It started with the same numbers, I think. No, it didn't.
It almost did. It almost did. Tom, we were discussing you before with the VA benefits, and I know when last time you were on the show, you discussed about how you had to come to Texas, and it was a little easier to
Yeah,
get
the
stuff.
Lancaster VA, yeah.
It was a little easier to come through here. We have J-Dog Junk Removal, a veteran-owned business here, and we were discussing benefits, and your name came up as how Texas provides a little better service for their veterans than surrounding states. Would you agree?
Well, like I told you before, they flew me out there because they had a specialty doctor out there, Dr. Apcock, who knew a lot of my problems, and they actually had to cut open. They did it all at one time, which was the amazing part. They cut open both my arms and both my legs at the same time, so I was laid up in the hospital for about 45 days.
Wow.
So I could heal, to get the hidradenitis out of me, but also, because I got shot so many times too, because I was getting a lot of infections and stuff like that was not helping me out. And so they did good, and then now here in Florida, Bay Pines was taking care of me, but I moved down to the east coast of the state, so now West Palm Beach takes care of me.
So you got shot on I assume duty while you were a police officer?
No, he was a vet when he was.
Yeah.
He was a vet.
Desert Storm.
Desert Storm.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, okay, so wait a minute, he gets shot while he's on duty, and then they have to fly him from Florida to Texas just to deal with it. That seems insane.
No, I was in Georgia at the time when they flew me into Texas.
Okay.
Because the Augusta area VA didn't have a doctor there that could help me out. I mean, they knew it, but it wasn't that good of the infections I was getting because of everything that was happening. And they all of a sudden said, we're going to fly you out there. So they flew me out of Augusta into Texas, into Dallas area, and then took me over to Lancaster, and that's where I laid up there for the longest time. And but they took care of me. I mean, they were on top of it and everything else. And then the doctor said, he said, son, you're going to have these surgeries for the rest of your life. And, of course, 29 surgeries later, he wasn't lying. I'm getting ready to have my 30th one next month.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry.
Man, but
I have plates that have to be tightened up. You know, I'm 61 years old now, so what's happening, my bones are starting to shrink a little bit, so they have to tighten up some of the metal rods and plates I have in my shoulder and my hips.
Man, and you still go every day with the Blue Alert system. I commend you, brother.
I just came back from Washington.
I commend you. I know you were out there for Police Week. Yep, Police Week. Man, I commend you, brother.
Thank you.
But thanks for calling in, Tom. Actually, May 30th, we're going to be doing Behind the Badge, so I'd like you to call in and offer a little opinion on how it feels to put on a badge every day and go out to work and not know if you're going to come home. So I would like your insight on that May 30th when we honor our police and first responders.
Not a problem, John. Not a problem.
All right, brother.
Thank
you have a great
you.
night.
All right. You guys too. Take care, Megan.
Bye.
Bye.
Aw.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. Man.
Well, before we were going to be...
Yeah, they
we're
have
running out of
an
time.
event they want to talk about.
Oh, yep. Yes.
So with our Fort Worth area expanding into Arlington and North Dallas, we're doing a a grand opening ceremony at Wild Acre Brewery
Hoo-hoo.
on June 23rd.
Yes.
They're going to have the world's largest pizza there.
Saw that. Oh, I saw that thing on Hope for Heroes. They were advertising that.
So
Right.
we're doing our grand opening benefiting the Heroes for Hope. So
Aw.
we're doing
Yep.
that. So all the proceeds are going to go to helping local families in the Fort Worth, Dallas community.
I think I shared that on our Mad Radio page as
Love
well,
this
right?
so much.
So that's June 23rd?
Yes.
We
So
will have to mark that on the calendar.
So beer, pizza,
I can't go wrong.
cornhole tournament, some fun games.
Well-
I'm going to have
it's a
to
family
eat
event.
gluten that day.
Here, wait. Who's making a pizza?
Dirt Road Cookers. They're
I said
out
it's
of
the
San
biggest one.
Antonio, and they're driving up to
All
make
right.
this monstrous pizza.
They said it's
Very
they're
particular,
gonna-
particular on my pizza.
I bet it'll have to be thin if it's the biggest one on the planet, so you'll be fine. It's not Chicago style.
Listen, you can make thin pizza here. It still tastes like crap. You know, it's
Oh
not New
my
York pizza.
God.
Not New York pizza.
It needs to be like thrown on the street a couple times,
Yes.
and then you can
needs
eat it. It's
It needs
disgusting.
New York dirt on that pizza.
Disgusting. Well, that is so cool. I love that you guys are doing stuff
Yes.
for the community.
And June 23rd.
I
That's,
put it on my calendar. It's a Saturday. We're
okay.
good.
And that's where again?
Wild Acre Brewery.
And that's in Fort Worth.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
From 1
So,
to 5.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with pizza and beer, even though it's from Austin. But it's for a good cause anyway.
Such a whiner. Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for being on. This is like so awesome. Today was really cool. All vets, all day.
Thank you so much for having
Red, white,
us.
and blue.
Of course.
And don't forget, you need some junk. Oh, excuse me.
Lord
Need-
Jesus.
I know. Need some junk removed. Don't you call J Dog?
They probably
All
could have done it better.
They probably could have. Probably could have.
Sad.
All right.
Can
All
you
right.
read your the
I could almost read it. Let me see.
You old man.
I know.
Oh.
That's some music. It's called music. All right. Laugh Saves Lives comedy show will be on May 25th at the Haltom City American Legion Hall, post 655, to help raise money for our American heroes that we had in here today. Come out and enjoy a great line of comics as Megan King, Jordan the Junkyard Dog, Gary Bush, and Tony Casillas take the stage. Casillas. I screw up his name. He should get a
I
real
know.
last
I've told
name.
you like a bajillion times.
Take the stage. It's located at 2817 Carson Street in Haltom City. Tickets $10. For more information, visit our website at themadradioshow.com. June 12th at the Rail Club. Me and Megan at the Rail Club, 3101 Joyce Drive in Fort Worth. Me and Megan will be opening up for the legendary actor and comedian Mr. Preston Lacey
I think
of Jackass.
calling him an actor is a little much.
All right, he's a jackass. All right. Get your tickets at prekindle.com. May 19th, Heroes, Cops, and Kids will be at 500 Berry Ridge Lane in Dallas for Chief on the Beat. Bring the kids for a fun day of bounce houses, music, and much more. Visit heroescopsandkids.org.
Looking to advertise your business for our upcoming event, Mad Radio reaches every city, state, and country. Why just stay local when you can go global? Advertise with the Mad Radio Show and be heard around the world. We are now offering very affordable advertising rates that will fit into every budget. Send us an email at makingadifferencetx@gmail.com for more information on advertising packages. If you missed a show, don't sweat it. Be sure to log on to fbrn.us, Mad Radio's page, and you can listen to all of our past podcasts. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Patreon.
Oh yeah. And if you go to www.patreon.com and look up Mad Radio, we actually have a page where you can donate if you feel so obliged. A little as $1 or $5 goes a long way with us, guys, and we would really appreciate it. Next week on Mad Radio, we have our Kid of the Month, Louisville Rotary Club, and comedian Jasmine Ellis, who I was just on a show with.
That's right. And tonight, be at the Arlington Improv to see Megan take the
that's
stage
right.
in Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat. Comedy or combat?
It's combat. I'm about to die.
All right.
They're going to kill me.
And remember, until next week, thank Yvette, Red, White, and Blue, and
Don't be a schnozberry. He was muted the whole time? That makes sense, because I was like, the volume is up. I don't know. What's your name? The volume was up until Billy. I had the volume up as high as I could.
I like that name.
Hi, guys.
Have you been a good little boy?
Yes.
But they could hear you
Yes.
on her mic, probably.
How old are you, Billy?
I'm 26. I'm an entertainment lawyer in Beverly Hills.